You're 40 years old. What if, starting today, you invested just $10 a day? Not $10,000. Not some big lump sum you don't have sitting around. Just $10. About the price of a sandwich and a drink. An amount so small that most people wouldn't even notice it leaving their pocket. It sounds too small to matter. That's exactly what this video is about. Because here's the truth nobody tells you. The size of the amount matters far less than most people think. What actually builds wealth is time, consistency, and the decision to start. And at 40, you still have more time than you probably realize. This isn't a video about getting rich. It's not about picking the perfect stock or timing the market. It's about one simple question. What happens if a regular guy, starting today, at 40 with no financial background, just puts $10 a day toward his future and doesn't stop? Let's walk through it. The question everyone asks. The first thing most men say when they hear invest $10 a day is some version of this. That's nothing. What difference could $10 possibly make? It's a fair question. On its own, $10 doesn't look like much. You can't buy a used car with it. You can't pay off a mortgage with it. By itself, it's just $10. But money invested isn't judged by what it is today. It's judged by what it becomes over time. And that's where most people's math goes wrong. They think about $10 as a single moment, instead of thinking about it as a habit repeated for years. $10 a day isn't really $10. It's roughly $300 a month. It's about $3,650 a year. And if that same $10 a day keeps going for 15, 20, or 25 years, and it's given a chance to grow along the way, the number stops looking small at all. That's not a trick. That's just what happens when a small, steady amount is given enough time. The math behind $10 a day. Let's slow down and actually look at the numbers, because this is where it gets interesting. Historically, over long stretches of time, decades, not months, a broad investment in the stock market has grown by roughly 7% a year on average, after accounting for inflation. Some years it's up a lot. Some years it drops. Nobody can promise you exactly what it will do next year. And this video isn't promising you a specific return. But over long periods, that rough average has held up again and again. Now, picture a man who is 40 today. He starts putting $10 a day into a simple investment account and leaves it alone, adding to it steadily. By the time he's 55, that's 15 years. If that money grew at a rate somewhere close to that historical average, he could be looking at somewhere in the neighborhood of $90,000. Not from a windfall, not from a lucky bet, from $10 a day. By 60, if he kept going, that number could climb toward roughly $150,000. By 65 to 25 years of $10 a day, it could be somewhere around $230,000. Read those numbers again. That's not $10. That's not $3,650. That's what $10 a day can quietly turn into when it's given decades instead of days. These are estimates, not guarantees. Markets move up and down, and nobody can promise you an exact outcome. But the principle behind these numbers is real, and it's been true for generations. Small amounts, invested consistently over long periods of time, tend to grow into something far bigger than they started as. You didn't need a finance degree to understand that. You just needed to see the math laid out plainly. Meet Marcus. Let's make this real with a simple example. Marcus is 40. He works a regular job, has 2 kids, a mortgage, and a car that's seen better days. He's never invested a dollar in his life. Every time he heard the word investing, he pictured guys in suits shouting on a trading floor, and he figured that world wasn't for him. One day, Marcus decides to try something small. He sets up an investment account, nothing fancy, and moves $10 into it every single day. He doesn't try to pick winning stocks. He doesn't check it 5 times a day. He just puts a broad, simple investment in place, the kind that spreads his money across hundreds of different companies at once, instead of betting everything on one, and lets it sit. The first year, Marcus barely notices a difference in his life. His account has a few $1,000s in it. It doesn't feel life-changing yet. 10 years later, Marcus checks his account during a slow Sunday afternoon, mostly out of curiosity. He almost doesn't believe the number on the screen. It's not because he got lucky. It's because he showed up day after day for 10 years straight, and let time do what time does. Marcus isn't a genius. He's not wealthy in the traditional sense. He just made one decision at 40 and kept making it quietly in the background of an ordinary life. That's the whole story. There's no secret trick hiding in it. The secret, if you can call it that, is that he started and he didn't stop. Where does $10 a day even come from? This is usually where people get stuck. Not on the concept. The concept makes sense. They get stuck on the practical question. Where does an extra $10 a day even come from? Here's the good news. You almost certainly don't need a new job or a second income to find it. You need to look at where $10 is already quietly slipping through your hands without you noticing. Think about the gym membership a lot of guys sign up for in January with big plans and then quietly stop using by March, while the charge keeps hitting the card anyway. Think about grabbing a rideshare for a trip that's honestly close enough to walk. Think about buying lunch out 3 or 4 times a week when packing something from home twice as often would barely change your day. Think about the phone plan with more data than you've ever actually used month after month because switching it felt like too much hassle. Think about the afternoon vending machine run that's become such a habit you don't even think about it anymore. None of these things make you a bad money manager. They're just the small, invisible leaks that exist in almost everyone's life. Add a few of them up, and $10 a day is sitting right there, hiding in plain sight. You don't need to give up everything you enjoy. You just need to redirect a small amount of what you're already spending and point it toward your future instead. Or look further out. The extra fees your bank quietly charges because your account balance dips below some minimum. The name brand version of something you buy every week, when a store's own version does the exact same job for less. The extra large size you order out of habit, even on days you're not that hungry. Pick one or two, not all of them. You're not trying to strip every bit of enjoyment out of your life. You're trying to find one small, boring leak and turn it into something that builds instead of something that just disappears. Find your $10 and let it start working for you. How to actually do this without the confusion. A lot of men never start investing because the whole topic feels complicated, like it requires special knowledge they don't have. Here's the simple version, stripped of anything confusing. Most workplaces offer some kind of retirement account you can contribute to directly from your paycheck. If yours does, that's often the easiest place to start, especially if your employer adds any extra money on top of what you put in. That's essentially free money added to your effort. If that's not available to you, a simple investment account through a reputable bank or investment company works too. You don't need to pick individual companies or try to outsmart the market. A broad fund that automatically spreads your money across many companies at once does the heavy lifting for you. It's a simple, well-understood approach that regular people have used for decades to build wealth slowly and steadily. The goal isn't to become an expert. The goal is to get your $10 a day into something that has a real chance to grow and then leave it alone. The part nobody likes talking about, the ups and downs. Here's something important, and it's the reason a lot of men who do start investing end up quitting too early. The market doesn't move in a straight line upward. Some months it climbs, some months it drops. Some years it can drop a lot, and it can feel unsettling to watch. This is normal. This has always been normal. It's not a sign that something has gone wrong. It's simply how markets have always behaved, going back generations. The mistake isn't experiencing a drop. The mistake is panicking during a drop and pulling everything out at the worst possible moment. A man who keeps putting in his $10 a day through the rough months without checking his account every hour or making emotional decisions almost always comes out ahead of a man who stops the moment things look scary. Think of it less like watching a scoreboard during a single game and more like planting something and checking on it once a season instead of every single day. Day to day, there's not much to see. Year to year, the difference becomes obvious. Making it automatic. The single best thing you can do to make this work long-term isn't willpower. It's automation. Set up your $10 a day or $300 a month, whichever way your account allows it, to move on its own, right after you get paid, before you have a chance to spend it on something else. When it happens automatically, you're not relying on remembering or feeling motivated or having a good month. It just happens quietly in the background, whether you think about it or not. This is exactly how Marcus did it. He didn't rely on willpower every single day. He set it up once, and then his future became something that built itself while he was busy living his life. Stay boring on purpose. Once a man starts investing, a new temptation shows up. He hears about some exciting stock a coworker mentioned, or some new trend everyone online seems to be talking about, promising to grow money faster than the slow, steady approach he started with. It's tempting to chase it. Resist that. The $10 a day approach works precisely because it's boring. It isn't trying to get rich in a year. It isn't betting on one company or one hot idea that could just as easily crash as soar. It's spread across hundreds of companies at once, moving with the broad economy over long stretches of time, which is a far steadier ride than putting everything behind a single bet. Exciting is usually a warning sign in investing, not a good one. The men who quietly build real numbers over 20 or 30 years are almost never the ones chasing the newest exciting thing. They're the ones who found something steady and simple and had the patience to let it stay boring while it worked. You don't need to be excited by your investments. You need them to still be there, growing 20 years from now. What if you can't do $10 right now? Maybe right now, even $10 a day feels tight. That's okay. Start with $5. Start with $3. The exact number matters far less than the habit of starting. What matters is that you begin building the pattern now, at 40, instead of waiting for some perfect future moment when everything feels comfortable. That perfect moment rarely arrives on its own. As your income grows, as a raise comes through, as one expense finally gets paid off, you can raise your daily amount a little at a time. $10 can become $15. $15 can become $20. The habit is the foundation. The amount can grow on top of it. The cost of waiting 5 more years. Here's a number worth sitting with, because it explains why I'll start next year is more expensive than it sounds. Picture 2 versions of the same man. Both are about to turn 40. Both plan to invest $10 a day and let it grow at that same rough historical average we talked about earlier. The only difference between them is timing. The first version starts this month at 40 and keeps going for 25 years until 65. The second version tells himself he'll get to it once things settle down and doesn't actually start until 45, just 5 years later. Then invest the same $10 a day for the remaining 20 years until 65. Using that same rough 7% average, the man who started at 40 could end up with somewhere around $230,000 by 65. The man who waited until 45 and put in the same daily amount could end up with somewhere closer to $150,000. Look at that gap. 5 years of waiting didn't just cost 5 years of contributions. It cost roughly $80,000 of growth because that money never got the chance to compound during those first 5 years. The early years matter more than most people expect, precisely because they have the most time left to grow. This isn't meant to make you feel behind if you haven't started yet. It's meant to answer the "I'll get to it eventually" voice in your head with a real number, so that voice has less power over you. Every year you wait isn't just a year of contributions lost. It's a year of growth lost that can never be added back later, no matter how much you eventually put in to try to catch up. That's the real cost of waiting, not guilt. Math. Why 40 is not too late. If part of you is thinking this would have been great advice at 25, here's something worth sitting with. 40 still leaves you with 20, 25, even 30 years before you'll likely need this money. That's an enormous amount of time for something small to grow. Yes, someone who started at 25 has a head start. But comparing yourself to a version of your life that didn't happen doesn't change anything about today. The only choice that actually affects your future is the one in front of you right now. Whether today becomes the day you started or another day you meant to. 20 years from now, the difference won't be between the man who started at 25 and the man who started at 40. It will be between the man who started at 40 and the man who kept waiting for a better time that never came. Your next step. You don't need a financial plan with 50 pages. You don't need to understand every term or every option available to you. You need one decision made today. 1. Find your $10. Look at where it's quietly leaking out of your life right now and choose where it can come from. 2. Open a simple account. either through your workplace or a straightforward investment provider, if you don't already have one. 3. Set it to move automatically, so it becomes a habit instead of a daily decision. 4. Leave it alone. Let the ups and downs happen without touching it out of fear. 5. As your income grows, let your daily amount grow with it, even a little at a time. That's the whole plan. It's not complicated, and it was never meant to be. The men who build something meaningful with their money later in life aren't usually the ones with the most complicated strategy. They're the ones who found one simple habit and stuck with it long enough for it to matter. You're 40. Nobody can hand you back the years that already passed. But nobody can take away the years still ahead of you either. And that's exactly where $10 a day can go to work. Start today, not with a perfect plan, just with $10. You can't control the years behind you. You can only decide what today's $10 will grow into.